Today on the channel, it is WrestleMania weekend, and that only means one thing, or maybe two if you count professional wrestling. But today, we've got all the WrestleMania reveals from Mattel, brand new superstars, ultimates, elites, championship showdown, and basics.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here. Welcome back to the channel for a Mattel Reveals video, as it is the biggest wrestling weekend of the year. It is WrestleMania weekend. Obviously, WrestleMania going on, tons of independent shows all around WrestleMania, conventions, things like that. But the thing I'm most excited about this weekend is the action figure reveals from Mattel. And we got a boatload of them today via Ringside Collectibles, social media, WrestlingFigures.com. Check them out, of course. That's where these pictures are coming from, as they did post those up today. And we're going to go through this as we usually do on these Mattel Reveals videos. I got my iPad here. We're going to go picture by picture. We're going to talk a little bit about them. So we saw some stuff we knew was coming. We saw some stuff again, and we saw a ton of new stuff that is coming for the balance of 2022. Some really cool things to come. We've got WWE Superstars, of course, the basics, the championship showdowns, the ultimates, the elites. You guys get the point by now. And remember, this is your first time here on the channel. We do these every time there's reveals. We unbox every one of these figures on the channel on top of a million other things. So make sure you subscribe, hit the old notification bell. But without further ado, we're going to have a long one today. Better pack a lunch, grab a drink, and we're going to start in. We're going to dive in. And we're going to dive in right off with Ringside Collectibles exclusive Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Kind of the red and black version of Hulk Hogan. We know this went up for pre-order 3 weeks ago, give or take or so. But we got more pictures of this one. A very, very cool one. And we did finally see the packaging. As we've seen with the Ringside Collectible exclusives, the packaging is similar but very different. No pegs on it, more of a box-like packaging. I gotta think there's gonna be a tri-fold background that we can pull out, like we saw with the Walters, the Ultimate Warrior, the Edge heads, all that kind of stuff. I think that will continue here. Very, very cool. Posed in the package as well. I'm a sucker for posed in the package, and it's great for you men on card, men on box collectors to have a little bit something special in the package instead of a guy just kind of standing there. So this does look really good. It does come with the red title belt as well, which is really cool. So the Hulkster making a triumphant return. Hulkster's always around, of course. Next up, we go back to NXT, or I guess we go to NXT for the first time here. And this was one of my most wanted figures of 2022. I had a feeling this one would come out. There is some surprises in today's reveals, and there's some stuff Kyle called all along. We'll get to that. But this is one I expected to get, and I'm here for it all day. Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes didn't do a lot for me when he first started in NXT, but he really has grown on me over time. It'll be interesting if he does make that next leap to Raw and SmackDown, but I think he does a very good job in his persona. To the moon, one might say. But this looks really cool, especially with that money. Figure photographers out there, we always talk about that in a lot of toy lines. You can get multi-use out of accessories, and this Cameron Grimes, with those money, the hands full of money he can have, it'll be interesting if those are like sculpted into the hands or if they rest in the hands. I guess you can't tell from the pictures, but I would assume they're removable, and you could use that with your Marvel Legends, with Kingpin, and I mean, you could do that a million ways with that money, which is really cool. He also comes getting the most out of your mold, as we always say. The $1 million title, of course, is angle with Ted DiBiase. Be really cool to get a version of Ted DiBiase to go along with him, an older version of Ted DiBiase. You can kind of make your own like we did on the channel as well. Grab that Triple H NXT kind of suited figure. Grab that Legends Ted DiBiase. He did come with 2 heads in every package. Use an extra head. Bam, you got a modern day Ted DiBiase that you could put with Cameron Grimes. But very, very solid figure. Got a top hat as well. Just really cool. And his brown vest. It's a very, very good looking figure. I'm here for it. I'm picking all these up, as you guys know. We'll review every single one of these on the channel, but I'm really excited about that one. Then we do see something we knew was coming, but this is our first in-hand shots. The Build-A-Figure from the Summerslam Elite Wave. It's going to be Dominic. So Dominic, he gets a 23-year-old Dominic figure this year, and he gets one when he's like 7 or 8 years old. So very interesting. Him and Hornswoggle can have quite the battles in your Fig Fed if you're up for those kind of things. It's an alright. I guess it does. It definitely looks like Dominic. It's so of the time with that dyed blonde hair, kind of bangs down. Just really is a moment in time look. But he does come with a soft, good shirt. A little bit big, a little bit baggy, but hey, maybe that's the style. It'll be interesting what people do with this. Being a Build-A-Figure, you could almost pop any head on this body and have a small version of somebody. So I think there'll be a lot of fun with the figure photographers out there with this Dominic. Like I said, he is the Build-A-Figure in the SummerSlam Elite Wave. When does that usually come out? Maybe June for online, and maybe around August, September probably in the store. So we're a few months away still, but that will be coming. We also saw the Ray. I see this Ray outfit. It just screams Ruthless Aggression Jax era to me. We have that in that form. We're getting to the point where the Ruthless Aggression era, and we're going to talk more about that in a little bit, is a lot of people's classics. Like Kyle, he grew up with the Hogans, the Warriors, the Andres, the LODs, the Demolitions, the Ric Flairs. The next generation is really taken over, and nostalgia like I have for those, they have for Ray of this time period. Batista, Cena's, Dominic as a little kid, for example. But Ruthless Aggression era stuff. So it's going to be fun, especially for this channel. As you guys know, I love the Ruthless Aggression Jax figures. We're going to get all these Ruthless Aggression era Mattel Elites. I can go into my collection, I can grab the Jax ones, and we can do cool comparisons. So that'll be pretty fun, something to look forward to here on the channel, so stay tuned for that. We got another Shawn Michaels. I just wish we'd get a different head than this one on Shawn Michaels. I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of the long Ricochet fingers either. Very, very strange. It's always struck me as strange. I wish we could replace that. I'm sure it'll have different hands with this as well, but we got shown Shawn Michaels, another good RA era, I think. I can't really place where this is. I can definitely picture this outfit in my head. I just can't picture where it was from. I'm sure somebody will tell me in the comments, but I'm just not a fan of this head. I believe that's the exact same head we just got on that new WrestleMania Elite, currently hitting Walmart stores. So Michaels, a stalwart in the Ruthless Aggression era line, of course, but also a stalwart in the Elite line. Speaking of stalwarts, we got another one. We've got Randy Orton. Once again, going back to the RA days, these orange tights, trunks. Orange trunks, Randy Orton. We got Randy Orton in every color of trunks in the Ruthless Aggression era days, and here we go again. But very plain Jane, but he does come with the big gold belt. Very interesting. We've had a lot of Randy Ortons from Mattel. Here's another one. So this is another Ruthless Aggression era. And then I got really excited because this is what I'm looking for. I'm really excited about the Legends. It's because of my age, maybe. It's what I grew up with, but it helps fill out shelves and stuff, and you can only have so many Roman Reigns. And believe me, we're going to talk Roman Reigns pretty soon. But we're getting a sensational Sherry when she managed Shawn Michaels. I'm here for this, and I do actually have this on display in my Mattel Elites, the Jax Classic Superstars version, which is a solid figure. It goes perfect with your Elites. Well, now we're getting a true Elite version. I think that will drop the value on that Jax one for sure, but definitely need to have both in my collection, and I'm all in on this Sherry. I really do like the looks of this one. Sherry could be one of the most underrated performers of the 80s in my book. When I was a kid, Scary Sherry, I remember saying, oh, she's so ugly and gross. Then all these years later, you're like, you know what? She wasn't that ugly. She wasn't that gross. It's amazing what that Brutus Beefcake can get into a young kid's head. But really did like her work, and she was one of the unsung heroes of the 80s for sure. But sensational Sherry coming. Can't wait for that one. Then we did see another Becky Lynch. It looks like this is kind of a prototype, a little bit moment in time. They're still working on this one. I don't know how exciting this one is going to be. This is, I believe, her return gear was at SummerSlam 2021. You know, we've had a lot of Becky Lynches lately, but hey, it is what it is. It's definitely a moment in time when she came back. Then we see Cowboy Brock Lesnar. You knew that one was coming. You got the smiling Brock head sculpt going on. Very easy figure to make for Mattel. You just put the bottom half, but this will be great for customizers out there, at least the bottom half, getting blue jean characters, things like that, but a very easy one for Mattel to create. My guess is we'll see a traditional Elite, then we might see an Ultimate or another Elite down the line. They're going to milk this new Brock as much as they possibly can, but it still does look very good. The head sculpt looks good. It feels weird to see him smiling like that, but hey, here we are. We're here for it. Then a return. We talked about Randy Orton being in the line all the time. Well, John Cena, no stranger to the line either. Getting another John Cena, a little bit more hair than normal, but it's your typical John Cena. Getting the most out of your molds to the next level with John Cena. Just kind of is what it is. Not a lot of meat on the bone there for me, at least. But maybe for you John Cena heads out there, you're all in on this one. Then, of course, my most wanted figure of 2022 was Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzy, to me, lost in the mix in Raw and SmackDown. I guess SmackDown, technically. Really something special in NXT. Hopefully she gets a boost after WrestleMania. We usually see people get kind of a boost after Mania, and I think she's probably on that list of people. But this will be a very, very cool, very toyetic one. Very heavy metal. As you guys know, I'm a heavy metal guy, so I'm all in on Shotzy. She does have her helmet going on, all the cool tattoos. Just a very, very cool figure. A lot of people are going to say, hey, where's the tank? Where's the tank? I don't know. That would be interesting to see if that would have been a perfect Build-A-Figure, but it sounds like that's not in the cards, at least right now. I'd love to see Mattel do a one-off, maybe an online-only type thing via Ringside, Wrestling Collector's Shop, somewhere. I don't know if that's in the cards either, so I guess we'll just have to hold it. Don't hold your breath on the tank anytime soon, but hopefully somewhere down the line we get something like that. But Shotzy looks really, really good, tongue out, very, very cool figure. Then another one we've gotten a lot of lately, Bobby Lashley, quite the career renaissance the last year plus, I guess, 2 years or so. Comes with the title belt, pants, tights. It comes with his tights. Really needed to be on there. Of course, you got that MVP Basic recently. We've got MVP Elite as well. Going to be great to pair with the old Hurt Business. And then one I know that's popular for many, many people, Eddie Guerrero. Everybody wants more Eddie Guerrero figures, and it sounds like we're finally getting them. I believe this is for... I think this is actually, I was going to say Legends, but I believe this is the regular Elite line. But we're getting Eddie, and we're getting Eddie as a chase. So you get a little 2 for Eddie Guerrero action. We get 2 different ones. You get the green and the black pants. Both, once again, very Ruthless Aggression era figures. I believe, especially the one in the black with the gold boots we had in Ruthless Aggression era form. And I'm pretty sure we might have had that tealish, I guess that's more of a green color one as well. I don't know if they're going to have different heads. It looks like it's the exact same head to me. It would be really cool if we could have got a $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase thing where they give us 2 different heads so you could really make 2 different figures. But it does come with the tag team titles, which is really cool as well, so you can use those titles for somebody else if you are so inclined. Eddie Guerrero going to be a hot one, though. Eddie is very, very popular, as we all know. But a very, very good-looking figure on Eddie Guerrero. Then you go to Big E, another stalwart, another modern-day guy that's getting a lot of figures. Got to think we'll get some more. Representing his title run here, very, very good-looking figure for Big E. We have seen this head sculpt before. I believe this is the exact same head we got in the Royal Rumble Target exclusive. Don't even get started on that line. Who knows what's up with that Target exclusive Royal Rumble line. Every single year there's distribution problems. Then later on in the year they go to Ringside, Amazon, everywhere under the sun, fairly cheap. It's very weird how that line has issues every single year. But I think a lot of it is it shares a lot of the DPCI number with the WrestleMania Elites, and that really stops some things. That's my opinion, though. But we got Big E coming. How about this? How about Bret Hitman Hart with Intercontinental title? Could we have finally broke the Bret Hart curse? Or have we been so brainwashed by bad Bret Hart face scans that we're going to say this is the next thing since sliced bread? No pun intended. I don't know, but I like the looks of Bret. I'm here for all the Bret Hart figures we can get. I like this one. I'd like to see a little bit more detail on those glasses. Really got to take the glasses off to get the full effect on this Bret Hart figure, but it does look better than some of the recent ones. We don't have, we still got a little bit extra forehead, but I don't know. We'll see. We're going to have to wait until we see it at the table here to make our final verdict. But I'm here for any Bret Hart figure they come out with. Then once again, we get British Bulldog. Very similar to the one. Not a huge fan of this British Bulldog figure since it feels like just a retread of one we had before. But now we're getting pinless joints, cloth cape, a few differences here and there, double jointed elbows. So it is different than the old one, but I would have liked to have seen a totally different attired British Bulldog personally because I have that old one. But for people that don't have the old one, this is great for you, so I understand it as well. Then we got Mace. We've talked about this figure for a long time in a lot of these videos, but it's finally coming our way, so be prepared. We can finish out the, Retribution? Is that what it was? Gosh, isn't it crazy how you just kind of forget these stables? Maybe that's for the best. But we got Reckoning, we got Mustafa Ali, Mace, T-Bar. We're going to have the whole crew. We're just missing Slapjack, and I don't think Slapjack's in our future, unfortunately. Maybe somebody can make one at home. Then we get, MSK, NXT staples right now. Used to be in Impact Wrestling, the Indies, of course. Got to say, I'm not the hugest fan of these guys, but I'm not really the demographic for these guys. But we got MSK, but I got to say, both figures look very, very good. A lot of detail on the tattoos, a lot of good look to the color on these. It's always fun getting tag teams to put on your shelf, so I'm here for it. They'll go great on my NXT shelf down the line when they do come out, but extra hands with them as well. So very, very cool. Very cool. And it looks like, yeah, very cool looking there. Then we turn our attention to the Championship Showdown 2-packs. A mixed bag is what we found. We just unboxed Bret Hart versus The Undertaker on the channel like a week ago. Check that video out if you missed it. But we're getting an interesting one. We're getting Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. Now, we always talk about enough meat on the bone. I don't know if there is enough meat on the bone here. First glance, this Andre looks like a re-release from the one we got with the ring cart. This Hulk Hogan, I feel like we've got in the past as well. Maybe it'll be updated a little bit. At the same time, Andre the Giant, Hulk Hogan, two people on a lot of people's Mount Rushmores of wrestling all time. I can see a lot of people wanting this pack. So it doesn't offend me too much. I'd like to say I'm going to pass on it, but something tells me I'll see it in the store pegs and I'll buy it, even though I don't need this at all. But we'll see. But it is interesting, and I think Mattel is looking at more legends for some of these lines, because legends do sell for good or for bad, depending where you sit. And as you guys know, I sit right here at this table, so there you go. But we got the Hulkster and Andre. Then we got the Miz, Bobby Lashley. I like how they have them shown here on the stands. The stands are pretty cool with these things. It is something different. You can put a nice display on your shelf if you're a little kid or something. But you got Lashley spearing the Miz. I thought that looked really cool. And then we got my boy AJ Styles, of course, and we got Omos. And I believe I'd have to compare it to the single-carded Omos. Could be the exact same figure. If that is the case, part of me almost would like to wait for this, because I do like the looks of this AJ in the black and white gear. I don't know, but I definitely need an Omos in my collection. Just like a Great Khali, you guys know Kyle loves a giant. I love the big bipedal hairy creatures. Omos fits almost all that. Almost. He's not quite hairy enough, but maybe he'll get there. Maybe he'll get there. But I do like the looks of this, and I definitely need an Omos. Then we got Stone Cold Steve Austin celebrating 316 Day. This does absolutely nothing for me. I really had to gripe, as we talked about that Undertaker Bret Hart basics unboxing we did about a week ago. Taker, those legs are so straightened together, just so straightened together, where Bret Hart has a little bit of a stance to him. They need to work on that with these basics. Make the legs out just a little bit more instead of a straight line. And figures like this Stone Cold just show the worst part of basics. This is just basically a little statue. It just looks very strange. Stone Cold fans, of course, Stone Cold Completists, you're going to want this. But for old Kyle, I'm passing on that one. And we get Finn Balor again, no stranger to the basics line. This one just doesn't have anything special for me. But it has been a few series since we've got a Finn Balor basic, so I'm sure somebody will jump in. There's a lot of Finn Balor completitionists out there. It is what it is all I can say. And then we get Cedric Alexander joining in the basic line, so that works for me. It's getting him a different figure. We had an Elite that was very good, Elite from back in the day. We're just going to have to go with this Cedric, so we'll see how this one looks, but at least it is colorful. I do like the looks of it at least. And then we got him as the Chase, and we see that a lot of times. Guys that don't get a ton of figures are usually the Chase in a lot of these basic lines. I think that is smart. It gives them truly another figure. I do find that to be really cool. Then we go to Roman Reigns, another easy pass here. We got so many Roman Reigns Elites and soon-to-be Ultimates. We'll get into that in a little bit. But Roman Reigns, don't need this basic. That's an easy pass as well. Natalya, getting the most out of that head scan. This is one of the best female head scans I think that Mattel has done. That is a fabulous Elite, her last Elite figure in the traditional Elite line. So we're getting a little bit of that in this, and I think it looks really, really good. So I can see some people picking this one up, especially if you missed that last one. And here's what I'm excited about. This could be one of the most exciting figures of the day, which seems really weird, is I feel like some of these guys and gals, of course, that have been in the WWE for a long time haven't got their due in action figure form. Tamina is definitely one of those. She's probably been in the WWE over 10 years at this point. She got a few basics back in the day that are way out of date to modern day. I mean, out of date by years. Now we're getting a run back on her. We're getting two different versions. They're going to give her the Chase. I'm going to pick up both of these. I don't know when we're going to get another Tamina figure, so this is probably our best bet. But she is getting some hardcore, or the 24/7 title kind of rub on Raw right now. Who knows? Maybe we will get an Elite of her in the future. I'm not sure, but I do like the looks of these basics, and good for her getting another figure. I'm happy for it. Then we're getting my boy Matt Riddle. You guys know Riddle is a favorite of mine. He'll always be Matt Riddle to me. I'll definitely pick this one up. This one, once again, does have that leg problem that just drives me nuts on basics, but I am going to be a Riddle completionist, I believe. I think I'm going to get every single Riddle figure. We'll see. We'll see. But we got him coming to the basic line once again. Kushida, another NXT staple. Member of Jacket Time. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought with Jacket Time. But we did get a very, very good Elite. A lot of people really do love that Elite. Now you get more of a wrestling gear basic. So you can put them paired next to each other. Or you could take that Elite gear off, put it on here, make your basic Elite, and then have a more articulated Elite on your shelf. So you choose your own adventure, as we always say. Another one exciting that I will probably pick up, we get Rey Mysterio, I believe early WCW, possibly end of the line ECW days of Rey, but it is a throwback Rey Mysterio figure, which are always cool. A little bit too peanut heady. We see that from Rey a lot, but still a very, very good looking Rey. I'll definitely pick that one up. I love a classic Rey. I'm a sucker for a classic Rey. And Rey to Candice LeRae, we're getting her walk back in the basic line. Her Elite left something to be desired, we'll put it that way, but she is getting a basic now. Interesting. Maybe some head swaps in the future, who knows, but we are getting Candice in basic. And then, of course, Bianca Belair, getting the most out of your molds. Her hair mold, talk about a one-and-done uniqueness. They're going to put that, and they're going to use that a few more times to get the money out of it. We're getting another basic of her. I can see that one selling as well. Another basic I am excited about that I will be picking up is more of a street gear Randy Orton. Put him with your Riddle. It's the backstage bros going at it. I think that's pretty cool. And I'd like to see, as we always say on the channel, you got to get first time in the line, legends, and suited characters, street gear characters. I think that draws people that normally don't touch basics into basics. And I think that's a very smart move on Mattel's part. And then we're getting one that's a little out of date once again, but it's Baron Corbin in a suit. I will pick this one up, but I can see a lot of people doing some customs with this one. You pop that head off, who do you want to turn this into? First one I see when I see this outfit, how about Eric Bischoff? You grab one of his old Jax figures, boil and pop the heads, put that on, all of a sudden you've got an Elite Eric Bischoff on your display. So there's going to be a lot of people doing stuff like that. You can really turn anybody into a suited character, and I think that is very, very smart. So this Baron Corbin, going to be a must-have for me as well. It looks good. It does look good, though. Can't complain about that one. How about we turn our attention to a little Walmart exclusives that we're showing today. We knew this was coming, the Ruthless Aggression line from Walmart. How about Shawn Michaels? We got first look at the packaging. The packaging is very nice, very eye-catching, but it doesn't get me where in the nostalgia feels of Jack's Ruthless Aggression Series 1 like I anticipated it would. I don't know, it doesn't feel like Jack's packaging, but it feels different, and I guess that's enough. He does come with that patented ring bell, and if you guys have watched the Jack's unboxing videos over the last couple years, we always have a story about a ring bell, so I'm sure there might be one to come on this one. Once again, we're getting that Shawn Michaels head again. They're using that thing to death. It's time for some new Michaels head, or give us an old one and update it a little bit, something like that. But this is pretty cool for the Ruthless Aggression fans like me, and once again, Walmart exclusive, as you guys know. But then we got some pictures of future sets, as we talked about on weekly purchases last week. That's kind of the weekly roundup on the channel. Every Saturday we do weekly purchases. I go through everything I picked up via online and in the stores for a week, but we all talk about the toy news of the week that interests me, probably interests you. Last week, we talked about the Ruthless Aggression Series 2 set with Triple H, Rey Mysterio, and Booker T. Well, it looks like we got our Booker T in NWO gear, which is pretty cool. That moment in time of weirdness in the NWO, Shawn Michaels, Booker T, Big Show kind of back in there. Very strange times, but we're getting this one. It'll be interesting if he has any more accessories to him. The Ruthless Aggression one, I believe, had like white pants, so maybe removable pants with this one, like we've seen with Kofi Kingston in the past. I'm not going to hold my breath for it, but it is always a possibility. But Booker T looks pretty good. I believe we've seen this Booker T head sculpt before in maybe his last Elite figure, but still very good, and it's been a while since we've had a Booker T figure. Rey Mysterio hits me in those nostalgia feels. It feels very Ruthless Aggression-esque. I like that one. That is his rookie Ruthless Aggression figure back in the day. So that Mysterio, I'm here for it as well. It does look a little bit peanut heady Rey, as we saw that especially on early Mattel Elite Reys. I always thought the head was too small. This one has a little bit of that, but I got to see it in person once again. This is just the prototype that's being shown. Then we saw it, Mr. Monday Night RVD. We knew once we got that last RVD that we would start getting more RVD figures, and here is another one. Sign me up for every RVD figure you want to come out with. I was a kid of the ECW age, loving ECW. Rob Van Dam, an all-time favorite, probably top 10 favorite of mine, actually. So I'm here for that one. Comes with the Intercontinental title as well. Very, very cool to get that RVD, and I assume he's in this Ruthless Aggression series. He must be, maybe Series 3, maybe they moved him to Series 2 instead of Triple H. Who knows? I guess more details to come, of course. We're just going off of pictures right here. So any more news that comes down, we will talk about it on the channel as well, so stay tuned. But getting the most out of your RVD molds, once again, though, they're not reinventing the wheel here. They're getting the same hands, same everything. We're just going to get that with RVD. Here's another one I was excited about, and last year when I was spitballing things I'd like to see that I thought were possibly possible, Molly Holly was on my list, and it looks like we're getting her as a regular and Chase edition here of Molly Holly. More of a regular Mighty Molly with Hurricane Days. I think that is going to be the best one of the two. And then more of a regular ring gear Molly Holly figure as well. But 2 Molly Hollies, that is great. I wouldn't be opposed either to a right to censor Molly Holly and even a modern day Molly Holly. As we know, she's came back a few times at Royal Rumbles and stuff like that. So more Mighty Molly, hey, I'm here for that one too. And it's nice to get some new legends. Some of these guys back out, or gals in this case, from eras that have been kind of, not forgotten, but we always get the legends, and it's like there's a big 10, 15-year chunk we don't get a lot of guys from. Give us the La Resistance. Give us Crash Holly. Give us Bob Holly. Give us some of these guys that are in that mix in the middle. I think they would do well, and I think it might surprise some people, but at the end of the day, it's not Mattel's call. It's who WWE allows them, and the stars got to align, as we know. And then we're getting ECW, I believe ECW. Now, this reminds me back to the ECW Ruthless Aggression belt pack with the Cruiserweight title, Rey Mysterio. And we're going to do a top 10 Rey Mysterio on the channel, possibly once we hit 15,000 subscribers. We're getting dangerously close. I think we might do a top 10 on a Thursday of Rey Mysterio, and that Jax one will probably be on my list. I do love that figure. I'm here for an updated version from Mattel. Looks really good, and then you get soft goods, which we never get with Rey Mysterio. This is definitely something different. This possibly could be in the Legends line. Same with that Mighty Molly we just talked about. I wouldn't be shocked if that's not the Legends line there, because we also saw with this Rey, with those, we saw the APA, but we got the early version of the APA. Now, we got some substandard APA in the regular Elite line back in the day, more of the beer drinking APA. Well, this is more Ministry of Darkness APA with The Undertaker. I'm happy for this one. I think we need more Farouk. We need more Bradshaw figures. Hopefully this is the start of it. We need more JBLs. We need updated. It's crazy. We got one JBL way back. It's time to get some more JBLs out there, and I hope this is the start with Bradshaw. I also would like Cowboy Bradshaw as well, and go all the way back to Justin Hawk Bradshaw. Let's get all those out of the way. Let's do that. But the APA with the tag team titles looks great to me. I'm here for it. I can't wait. You guys know I'm a sucker for a tag team on my shelf, and that's exactly what we're getting right here, so that's cool. Then we saw Miss Hancock, Stacy Keibler, depending how you want to play it. I don't know. I don't feel like these pictures did justice of the ones we saw before. They just don't feel... It's the glasses, I think, primarily that takes it away. I would have liked to have seen the glasses, and who knows, this is just off of a picture, but make the glasses like we saw with the G.I. Joe Classified Series Baroness. That's Hasbro, I know, but you could see through the glasses. They look like real glasses. This looks strange, at least in this picture. Hopefully it gets updated. Hopefully maybe there'll be some changes, but it almost looks like she's a scientist with something to hide behind her, like an evil scientist or something, without being able to see through those glasses. So hopefully that gets changed up. That's my biggest gripe on that one, but I can see customizers doing some things with this figure as well. Then we saw DX version of X-Pac. X-Pac, no stranger to the line. We've got him in the Legends. We've got 1, 2, 3 Kid before, but we're getting another version of X-Pac. He does have those big, long fingers once again. He's getting ready to tell everybody to suck it in this picture. Those hands do work for him, but man, they got to arch those hands down just a little bit. They're just so big, and it does detach myself from the figure when I do see it. But still, cool to get another version of X-Pac. We keep rolling. We knew Lex Luger was coming to the Legends line as well. Great, though, it's a 2-in-1 Lex Luger. You get 2 extra heads, or you get an extra head with him, so you can make NWO version for your NWO Wolfpack shelf, and then you got old school Lex Luger. The orange, I believe, I could be wrong, but possibly my favorite Lex Luger moment match of all time was at Halloween Havoc against Stan the Lariat Hansen. A great match over that U.S. title. I believe that's the trunks he wore, if I can remember right. It's been a long time since I've seen that match, but I really did enjoy that Luger. But I'm here for both those Lugers. Luger's another guy. Let's get those out. Let's get a traditional black tights Luger as well. Not too hard to customize, but I'd rather have Mattel do it than me have to chop off a figure and do the work. I'm lazy. What can I say? But Lex Luger coming in hot once again in the line. Then we're getting Kane. Kane, no stranger. More masked big creatures. I'm here for it. And he comes with the belt as well. Looks good. It looks good. It's Kane. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's something we get pretty consistently, but guess what? Masked figures do sell. We know that. And Kane, an all-timer, a Hall of Famer for sure. I'm here for that one. And now we get to the little bit of Ultimate Edition talk. The Ultimate Edition's really ramping up. We just unboxed on the channel Alexa Bliss and The Fiend. The Alexa Bliss, I think, will be sometime in the next couple of days around this video, but The Fiend is already up as I'm filming this. But the Ultimate Edition's running hard, running fast, running free like a young Lando Calrissian. And we're getting the Macho Man, NWO version of Macho Man. And Kyle's been saying since probably fall of last year that I really felt in 2022 we were going to get an NWO Macho Man, and here we are. The Ultimate Edition is finally coming through. I would not be shocked if we don't see a Macho King at the very end of 2022, or at least sometime in 2023, possibly in the Ultimate Edition line once again. Macho Man, a stalwart, a legend, one of most people, I guess most non-wrestling fans, if you ask them to list 4 or 5 wrestlers, Macho Man's probably coming out of their mouth. So it's really cool to get this version of Macho Man. I'm not totally sold on these head sculpts. I don't know about the one with the tongue out. I'm not a big fan of tongued out figures. Sammy Guevara, Super 7, Matt Cardona. It just, I don't know. Something looks weird on my shelf when they have their tongue out. But it is cool for those that like that stuff. I'll probably go with a more middle-of-the-road face. But we get the old Macho in his Madness shirt. And then we got kind of that caged Macho Man shirt as well. I did get a third-party one of those for a basic. Maybe I'll have to retire that one. But this is one I could see people getting 2 or 3 of possibly. 1 mint on card, 1 each to do the different t-shirts for him. Just different looks. And of course you got different heads, different hands. So you could really make different characters if you were so inclined. So pretty cool on this Macho Man. I think this will be on a lot of people's wish list. A lot of people will be picking up that Macho Man Ultimate. Then we saw the Batista Ultimate Edition. This is the Target exclusive. I always thought this one was really cool. The extra heads, extra hands, soft good shirt, and then you got the Raw and SmackDown contract from, I believe it was a SmackDown episode where you had to choose. This Batista, a Target exclusive. It has apparently went up for pre-order like for 2 seconds on Target. I did not get it pre-ordered. I don't think it'll be that hard to find, but you know, stranger things have happened. But I'm here for it. I hope I can come through with this Batista figure. But it does look very, very good. Once again, Ruthless Aggression style coming back out. Then we saw Edge from the Legends line. Once again, we knew Edge is coming. That's the next Legends line to hit. Should be really any week now. But we're getting Edge, a throwback Edge. Too bad we don't have a Christian to match him, though. That is kind of disappointing. But Edge is coming to the Legends line. And then one I was calling for back at the very end of 2020. That was my most wanted for 2021. It was Mean Mark Callis. Well, didn't get him in 2021, but we're going to get him here in the first half of 2022. The Undertaker is, we've talked about it a lot. I like the American badass Undertaker. That's my favorite WWE Undertaker. But all-time favorite, probably Mean Mark Callis. That's where I was introduced to the character. The Heart Punch, that was my first experience with a wrestler doing the Heart Punch. And then the Skyscrapers, Dan Spivey, Sid, Teddy Long. I loved that. I was a very impressionable young kid. Latched onto that, so Mean Mark holds a special place in my heart in this gimmick, and I'm happy we're finally getting this, and it just is fitting. We should have every incarnation of The Undertaker before all is said and done, so we got that coming. Then we saw Hulk Hogan and Mr. T, the Ultimates. We know about those. Those have already went up for pre-order. Of course, you can go to Wrestling Collector's Shop, use discount code Kyle, 10 to save, and pick those up. But we did see those. And then we knew this one was coming sooner or later, and here it is. It's the Roman Reigns Ultimate Edition. I got to think this will sell fairly well. He's all over TV right now. We're getting extra heads. We're getting a lei. We're getting soft good t-shirts. There's a lot of bells and whistles with the Ultimate Editions, as we know, and a big star like Roman Reigns. My gut tells me he's going to beat Brock at WrestleMania, so I think that'll make him even a bigger star, and we're off to the races before you know it with Roman Reigns. But it does look pretty good. The one head sculpt where his mouth is like, basically, instead of being your mouth like this, you're like all the way like this. I don't know how he did it, how he split his head in half and did this, but that's what it looks like almost on that figure. But that's an interesting one. I don't think I'll be displaying that way, but it is cool to have for sure. I like that how different that is. I guess that's what I'll say. Then we saw some miscellaneous pictures. We saw Drew McIntyre, and I'm not sure exactly, are they just showing the old one we had, which is a sleeper Drew McIntyre, the best Drew McIntyre figure of all time. Spoiler alert. It does look really good, but I don't know if this is coming to top picks possibly. We've seen that before, so that might be a future top pick. And then we see a new Rey Mysterio. Now, is this the Rey Mysterio top pick? Rey Mysterio seems to be a stalwart of the top pick line. This could be the next Rey top pick. I would not be shocked about that. I can't remember this gear, but it definitely looks like something he would have worn somewhere along the way. But we saw that, and then same with John Cena. We've seen this one before as well. Something looks different here, but I can't put my finger on it. I just can't put my finger on it. So maybe this is part of top picks as well. We'll see what happens with that. Same with this Randy Orton. Is there enough difference here? Is it a top pick Randy Orton? I think it possibly could be. And then we saw some displays. That's the one cool thing. I've never been to one of these events. I'd love to go to Toy Fair and one of these. That's kind of like on a vacation bucket list. Most people say, I want to go to Disney. I want to go to Italy. Oh, Kyle, he wants to go to Toy Fair. That's me. What do you do? But I love these setups that Mattel did. And they did a big setup for the Ultimate Editions, of course. Showed the brand new ring. I'm trying to think when that ring's supposed to come. It's almost been a year since we pre-ordered that. So it's got to be sometime, I would say, May, June, July, who knows, but that is coming very soon, so it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out. But then they showed us something else new, the WWE Superstars line. It's been frustrating. You've seen my unboxings on the channel. This is a frustrating line for Kyle, unfortunately. But this one has been very interesting, how it looks like we're getting a peek of Series 3. As we know, Series 2 just went up for pre-order. The Ultimate Warrior is not went up for pre-order yet, but he will be shipping in cases of himself, so he should be fairly easy to find in the long run. But it looks like the next series, we got Mankind, old school Mankind. We've got The Undertaker, and we've got $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase in his green suit. So we're really getting more into the line here with the WWE Superstars. A lot of people are really turning their attention to this and forgetting about the retros a little bit is what it seems. But speaking of retros, it looks like we got the next announcement of retros. But we got 5 this time instead of 4. So I don't know. I have a feeling 4 are coming out now. Maybe 1 is a sneak in the future, or it's going to be a 5-pack. Who knows? Much more to come. Like I said, these are just going off preliminary pictures here. But we saw Tugboat. That's pretty cool. As we know, Tugboat was on the list to be made in the old Hasbro days. Didn't happen. I actually have a custom Tugboat in my collection. But it'll have to be replaced by this one for sure. Then we're seeing old Nikolai Volkov, going to go great with the Sheik that we got back in the day. Sheik, not a very expensive retro. I got to think now. A lot of people would be wanting that Sheik to go with this upcoming Nikolai. Then we got Jimmy Hart and the Hart Foundation. This goes together great. Jimmy Hart is great there. I like it, but I just don't like that body mold Mean Gene was on. It just feels a little bit too big. But it's great to get the Hart Foundation. Bret Hart in an amazing pose. You get Jim Neidhart in the Cena Ultimate Warrior pose from the retros. Really cool. And this is what I want out of the retros. I want old school guys. I don't want new school guys in the retros. I'm here for that, and I thought that looked pretty cool. And then we saw another big display. I mean, that's like I said earlier. I love these displays that Mattel puts together and stuff. I'm a sucker for a cool display. You guys know that. But it looks like we're getting our next wrecking vehicle. It looks like it's a big crane with a wrecking ball, a big semi. Kind of like the Brock Lesnar. Didn't he drive one of these semis just recently on SmackDown? But a lot of people collect this wrecking line. Very cool for building out your arena, building out your Fig Fed. Just really cool. I wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't come with a figure of some sort, but I guess we'll wait and see. But it looks like that's the next go around with those. And we saw more display pictures. The Raw is War stage looks really good with the DX, the Undertaker, China, Kane, The Rock, the Stone Cold. Very, very cool. Who knows? Is this an Easter egg? Are we going to get a Raw stage in the future? Who knows? You never know what might happen, but this looks really cool, and it'd be really easy to kind of make. You could get just a cardboard backdrop from like that backdrop guy, for example. He could make that Raw's War backdrop for you, whatever size you want. You could put up a little thing, and you could almost make your own stage at home very easily, almost like that AEW one, just with some simple cardboard. So it could be done. Hit him up if you are interested. And that's it. That is the rest of my notes from today's reveals. Quite the day. Actually, a lot more shown today than I anticipated, but hey, I'm here for it. More wrestling figures, the better. You know I'm a sucker for wrestling figures. I'm all in on all of them. We'll be unboxing all these on the channel as well, as you guys know. But you guys in the comments below, tell me your thoughts. What did you like the best? What did you see that really caught your eye? Is there anything you were disappointed in? Is there some sadness you didn't see something revealed? Just tell me your overall thoughts on these reveals that we got here today for WrestleMania weekend. Who knows? There might be some more reveals to come, but this is the first chunk, and this is long enough. About 40 minutes I've been talking here. But a lot shown today, and I'm sure more to come throughout 2022. But it is truly an exciting time to be a wrestling figure collector with AEW and all the third parties, the Super Sevens, the Zombie Sailors, the Chilla Toys. You get the idea. There's a lot going on in the wrestling world, and we just got a lot more dumped on our plate today. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And then while you've made it this far, you might as well thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell, Follow along on social media. SirPaul64 is where you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel, pick up a t-shirt, and Patreon.com, where you can get this video and a lot of other videos way early, exclusive content, giveaways, a lot going on the Patreon. Love to have you a part of the fun. So hit that up in the description down below. So for Mattel Reveals WrestleMania Weekend 2022, I am Kyle. I will see you guys all real soon.